Hey guys, it's Shane with Gelsma Rod Co. One of our number one questions we get is, what do we bring on our fishing trips? The number one most popular fishing trip in our area, especially that we do, is going to be the 12-hour party boat trip out of Galveston. And this is what we bring. First, to start out, we have the large Plano orange boat box. It's the big one. The reason I really like it is it has a rubber gasket seal all the way around the lid. Let's see if I can't move it. It has a rubber gasket seal all the way around the lid. So if weather changes or a deckhand spraying down the boat, your stuff's not getting wet and ruined. We went ahead and pulled everything out, and we're going to go ahead and get started at the bottom. At the very bottom, I have my extras. Also, in my extras box, I have reel oil. Don't be the guy with the squeaky reel. Please, don't be the guy with the squeaky reel. I keep an extra pockets full of the most common leader that I'm going to use. So 60-pound fluorocarbon leader in my case is what I'm going to keep. This is where I keep my spare hooks. But not just my spare hooks. These are my 9-0s, 7-0s, size 4. Probably never going to use these. 6-0 light, 5-0 light. So those are the absolute spare hooks that I have. The reason for the 9-0 and the 7-0s is if I end up catching live bait, because I do have a sabiki rig in here and I'll get on that. But if I catch live bait, that is to help me adjust for the size of my live bait. So if I drop down, catch a little grunt, groupers love grunts, amberjacks love grunts. So this being amberjack season when we're doing this, that's why these are in my box. I have a screwdriver, Phillips on one side, flat on the other. I have spare batteries for my UV flashlight. I carry a UV flashlight to charge my glow jigs. I got a small crescent wrench. I got a spare pair of dikes, a spare pair of split ring pliers, tape. Bring electrical tape. Just throw it in your tackle box and bring it. Because if your reel seat fails, or if you break something and you have to tie something to your rod, it works really well for that. And also spare swivels. I carry the 130 and the 80-pound Spro power swivels. That's what we use. So all that is going in here. That's going on the bottom. Now, you can also add weights at this time. I found that the deckhands are pretty much happy to give you a weight. So I pretty much don't take weights anymore because of that reason. I probably will end up throwing a couple in here just because, to be safe, but right now I'm not going to. So, alright, after that, next is a small spool line. The reason I use the small spool is it fits better. This is what I'm going to be building rigs out of. This is 80-pound. And the reason I'm using 80-pound is if I hook onto 2 fish at once, they pull apart from each other. The snapper, grouper, large enough to actually do that, break you off. You don't want to break off, so build it out of 80. Next, after that, I have my wire. I have a 69-pound wire, which is a number 7, and a 38-pound wire, which is a number 4. The number 4 I end up using the most often. I carry the heavier wire just in case, but there are toothy critters in the Gulf, so I like to put this in here so I don't lose as many jigs. And that goes in there. It's ready. It's done. The next thing that we're going to throw in is our nice heavy jig roll. You still framed on this?
I can be.
So this is not one of our sponsors. Bucket Boss picked this up at Northern Tool, and there used to be a company that made rolls like this for jigs. Well, I'm not going to unroll this whole thing, but I'll show you how the jigs fit in here. I like this because I also have small pockets on the ends for all my assist hooks in the inside. I'm not going to show you, but it all rolls up and then it's going to go inside. And that's all my vertical jigs, my butterfly jigs, diamond jigs, yo-yos, and surface iron that I carry in here. And that's going to go next. After that is going to be my rain jacket. Well, because it rains. So that goes in my tackle box. Then a pair of gloves. You never know when you're going to need gloves, so I just have cheap gloves to put in here. Then after that is going to be basically my pocket tackle box. This is everything that I need minus hooks, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. This is everything that I need that I can carry with me, so I don't have to take this large box and carry this around with me. So in this small box I carry 130 pound swivel, 80 pound swivel, 3-way swivels, which are I think rated at 130 pounds. I carry some smaller assist hooks, and that's for switching on the fly. If I find that I'm getting a lot of hits and I'm not getting hookups, I'll switch to the smaller assist hooks. Then I carry my heavy duty swivels in here as well. Another ball bearing swivel, all my snap rings, not snap rings, split rings. Carry all my split rings in here. Small split rings, which are 70 pound, and small solid rings, which are, I believe, 90 pound. I think they're 90. They're number 4s. Then I carry some glow beads in here as well. And this is going to be the next thing that goes in here. So I like to carry a spare of everything, and I have an old hat. I'm going to throw an old hat in here. And not just an old hat, I'm going to throw an old pair of glasses in here too, in case if I lose a pair of glasses. So all this is going to be safe. It really won't get crushed because the top goes on top and it's protected. Now the top section fits in real nice and snug. It's got a lot of room in between what's on the bottom. I'm not jamming stuff in because I'm not bringing a lot with me. What I will bring is 40 pound, 50 pound, and 60 pound. I will start with 60 pound and work my way lighter if the fish aren't biting. Or if I find that I'm getting hit and not hooking up, I'm going to go with lighter gear. One sabiki. I have yet to use a sabiki on a party boat, but a sabiki nonetheless. I have a carbiner for my fish rag. That way I can clip my rag onto me and keep my rag with me. That goes on the top. Hand sanitizer on the top. Alright, so I said I was going to talk about hooks. Now I'm going to talk about hooks. Mustad Ultra Point 4.0 3X. I am going to use these. These are the hooks that I'm going to use and catch fish with.
We're not affiliated.
Not affiliated in any way with Mustad. These are just the hooks that I've used and have had really good success with. When I run out of this pack, I will probably use my Owners. Next, Owner Reef and Rig, size 1.0. These are 3X hooks. Not affiliated. Also, Owner Mewtwo lights. I have the 5.0 and the size 4. Probably never going to use these, but if fish get finicky, I will switch to a light hook. Those are the hooks that I'm going to use. Next, split ring pliers with a lanyard, because you will set these down, you will lose these, and you will spend 15 minutes of good fishing time looking for these. Because remind you, on a 12-hour trip in Galveston, you're fishing for 4 hours. The other time, you're riding a boat. UV light in the top. D-hooker, because you can get these at JELSMAOutdoors.com. Pliers. You can also get these at JELSMAOutdoors.com. These are all going in the top. Break the damn tip off. Let me talk about rod. So, 50-pound class, but this isn't your grandfather's 50-pound class rod. This isn't something that's heavy, sloppy, has no feeling or sensitivity. This is graphite, triple weave. Okay, it's vertical jigging rod. So, the reel, I'm using 60 size Finor, not affiliated. Lethal, because I like it. It's got good drag, good capacity. I'm using 50-pound J-braid, not affiliated, with the 60-pound Yozuri HD carbon leader, not affiliated. That's what I've been using for years. That's what works for me, and I have good results with that. So, first of all, I'm going to use my flat fall jig. Slow pitch jig, flat fall jig, butterfly jig. Has all kinds of names. That's what I'm going to use first. This is 160 grams, so 5.6 ounces. May not be heavy enough, but this is what I'm going to shoot for first because I'm bottom fishing. That's going right in the top. The other jig that I have is a knife jig. You notice that they both have assist hooks. Make sure your assist hooks don't touch each other. They will get tangled. This one, 6 ounce, 168 gram. If I have a little bit more current, I'm going to be switching to this. And if not, and if it's a lot of current, I'm probably going to be switching to a 250 gram just to get down. But these are my go-to jigs that I'm going to have first in the top, ready to get tangled with everything and ready to use. The other little thing that I like to bring is a small package of rubber bands and glow squids. These are for live bait bridling and or covering and protecting live bait or putting on your hooks to give extra attractant. Also, glow beads. Because I have so much extra space in here, I'm bringing glow beads. Now, the extra special little thing in the top, during the summer, I will bring a really big popper. Because I can, with this 7-foot rod, I still have the ability to cast this popper as far as I could really throw it. And put a lot of heat behind it. This is a 5-ounce popper with 2 7.0 single VMC, I believe, not affiliated, hooks. You will see cobia, you will see dolphin at the surface, you will see kings. Bring a popper. More hand sanitizer. The only other thing that I recommend you bring and put in your backpack is a decent, not nice, not crappy, but a decent belt and gimbal. Because when you hook into that 60, 70, 80, 90, 100-pound amberjack, and he doesn't break your line, or you don't get broken off in the reef, you're going to want that. It will save you. That is, in a nutshell, what we bring for a 12-hour trip.